Chemistry is the study of matter, and matter is anything that has mass and takes up space, meaning it has volume. Everything around you is made of matter, and all matter is made of atoms. Even though atoms are so tiny, they are made of even smaller things called subatomic particles. And sub means like below or under, so these are the particles that make up atoms. So here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to open Notability and open your quarter one science notebook. All right, so here is my quarter one science notebook, and I'm gonna do a split screen with my presentation. So today we're talking about protons, neutrons, and electrons. Those are the subatomic particles. So let's grab this screenshot, and we're gonna crop it down so that we can put it in our notebook. All right, I'm gonna add my notes into my notebook. And you can put this on the top, you can put this on the bottom. We are starting our new unit. All right, so now we have our screenshot in our notebook. We're gonna zoom in here, and an atom is the smallest building block of matter. That means that everything you see around you is made of atoms. And in fact, a lot of the things you can't see are made of atoms as well. So atoms have three parts, and we call those subatomic particles. Again, sub just means below. So below atom, meaning they're small and they make up an atom. One of those is a proton, and protons have a positive charge, and they have a mass of 1 AMU. AMU stands for atomic mass unit. If we were to put the mass of a proton into grams, it would be super duper tiny. We'd need a lot of zeros after the decimal point. So instead we say 1 AMU, or atomic mass unit. Another particle that you find in an atom is called a neutron. Neutrons do not have a charge, so they are neutral. Neutral means no charge. It's kind of like having no opinion. Neutrons are neutral. And neutrons also have a mass of 1 AMU, 1 atomic mass unit. The third particle that we find in an atom is an electron. Electrons are what give us electricity. When you plug in your phone to charge it, you are taking electrons from the power plant and putting them into your phone's battery. Electrons have a negative charge, and they are super duper tiny. So their mass is actually 0 AMU. They are incredibly tiny. So that's the first set of our notes today. We've got our three subatomic particles, proton, neutron, and electron. Their charges, positive, neutral, and negative. And then their three masses, 1, 1, and 0. We also have the definition of an atom up here. So if you need to pause this video so you can fill that in, go ahead and do that now. So now we're going to grab this screenshot, and this is an atom diagram. So this is kind of what you see on the inside of an atom. So I'm going to save that to my photos, open Notability, and below the notes I just took, I'm going to input that picture. And I want to make this kind of big so that I have lots of room to write. This is what's called a Bohr model, and Niels Bohr is the guy who developed this model. That's why we call it a Bohr model. He's a famous Danish physicist. And basically atoms have two main parts. They have an inside and an outside. So the inside is called the nucleus. And it's this whole part in the middle. And the nucleus is really dense. Everything in there is really, really close together. The outside part is called the electron shells. These are also sometimes called electron orbitals. So inside is the nucleus, outside is the shell. I kind of think of it like a hard-boiled egg, honestly, where you have the yolk on the inside and the electron shells on the outside. So inside the nucleus, that's where we find two atomic particles. You can see red and gray. And if we look up here, red was proton and gray was neutron. And believe it or not, we're going to keep that the same down here. So the nucleus contains protons and it contains neutrons. So inside the nucleus, protons and neutrons, and I bet you can guess what's in the electron shells. That would be the electrons. Electrons go around and around and around the outside of the nucleus, kind of like how the moon orbits the Earth. All right, that concludes your notes for today. So you should have number 1, subatomic particles, and then number 2, atom diagram. Now you're ready to go on to today's assignment.